This video will revisit this channel's once semi-frequently visited theme of animated Spider-Man material by exploring 1994 to 1998's Spider-Man the Animated Series' first episode entitled The Night of the Lizard, featuring a classic Spider-Man villain whose name escapes me. I wish it was mentioned in the title. In this debut, Spider-Man investigates sightings in New York subways of a giant reptile, which Peter Parker has been tasked with photographing for the Daily Bugle. The show's potential is immediately evident thanks to the now iconic, dramatic, experimental, electric guitar-driven theme song by Aerosmith's own Joe Perry, which is accompanied by enticing footage of Spider-Man battling various distinguished foes. The strengths continue once the episode proper begins, since the Lizard, oh that's who the villain is, since he's slightly obscured by shadows when originally shown. This gradual reveal of his appearance adds a degree of suspense, and a fit-in monster movie style atmosphere in a controlled way that caters to the young audience, all the while productively using the show's vibrant colours and detailed character designs. Another immediate virtue of the show is the characterization of Spider-Man himself. Throughout this episode, his skill, sensitivity, sarcasm, and self-loathing are all impeccably channeled by Christopher Daniel Barnes, who's assisted by the writer's decision to focus on Peter Parker's personal problems. Details such as the influence of J. Jonah Jameson, played by the late, perfectly cast Ed Asner, Peter's rivalry with Daily Bugle reporter Eddie Brock, which adds value to the Venom storyline shown in future episodes, Peter and Aunt May's financial troubles, and Peter's academic difficulties are all introduced and developed throughout this debut, the last of which is explored since an experiment Peter assisted with caused his college professor to become the Lizard, who, much like the hero, is interestingly portrayed. Dr. Kurt Connors' life, sensitivity, motivations, specifically the desire to heal humanity and regrow his missing arm by harnessing the abilities of reptiles, and his deteriorating sanity. When in lizard form, he reveals his plans to transform humans into lizard monsters because they'd gain advanced healing abilities, are all traits which are clearly communicated. In this show, he's capable of speech and heavily distorted thoughts while in lizard form, though occasionally completely loses control and regresses into a mindless monster, enhancing the tragic qualities of the character's Jekyll and Hyde influences, and adding an unpredictable quality that legitimately increases his threat level. Also, his green scales and gigantic tail make him more physically relatable to me. Naturally, due to time constraints, the psychological nature of the character is never fully examined, but an impressive amount of depth is displayed, especially given the 20-minute time frame. In spite of its general greatness, one flaw is apparent, that being that the apparently highly intelligent hero apparently never considers that the Lizard, who he sees wearing a lab coat like Dr. Connors, finds inside the office of Dr. Connors, and who appears after an experiment which gives people the regenerative abilities of a lizard, which was conducted by Dr. Connors, might indeed be Dr. Connors. This wouldn't be as unusual in the simpler 60s Spider-Man cartoon, or even the 80s Spider-Man cartoons, but here the fact Spider-Man doesn't make the connection is really noticeable. This is forgivable given the achievements of the episodes such as the aforementioned voice acting, characterization, narrative, music, and visuals, which combine to make a highly promising episode of a rightfully celebrated superhero cartoon. Thanks for watching, and if I don't see you next time, I'll assume you've been turned into a human-lizard hybrid. If that does happen, hopefully I'm able to figure out what's happened before Spider-Man did. I was crying when I met you, now I'm trying to forget you. Your love is sweet misery. I was crying just to get you. Now I'm dying 'cause I let you do what you do down on me.